What's up, everyone? My name is Edson Cardona, and I want to welcome you guys to the hashtag Let's Kick It series. On these episodes, we get the pleasure to be joined by professional athletes, get a little insight on their background and how they made it this far in their athletic careers. A conversation between athletes about their journeys leading them to success. I hope you guys enjoy. What's up, everyone? I want to welcome you guys again to the hashtag Let's Kick It series. My name is Edson Cardona. For those who are joining again, thank you and welcome back. For those who are new and joining us for the first time, then welcome. On this episode, I'm going to be able to introduce Renato Punyed. Renato was born in Miami. He played for academies when he was younger, also played for ODP. After that, took his talent to High Point University, and now is currently playing for the Nicaraguan National Team and also playing for a team in Croatia in the second division. So I want to welcome him whenever he can. He's going to request, and he's going to come in and let us know and give us a little insight on his story and how he made it this far as a professional athlete. Man, welcome to the hashtag Let's Kick It series, man. I appreciate the time that you're giving us. How is it over there?
Yeah, man, it's good. Right now I'm in Miami. I'm visiting family, because I think it's the best time to be with them right now. And I would have been alone in Croatia, so it was best to just come as quick as I could before they close all the airports and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I came here, so it was good that way.
What's the team that you're playing for in Croatia? What's it called?
It's called NK Novigrad. It's
Okay.
on the southwest.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's about like 2 hours from Florence, so in drive.
Okay.
So it's on that little coast that's there. It's really nice, actually.
Perfect. Yeah. So let's get started, man. So I appreciate you again. Thank you for joining us. So when did your athletic career begin, man? So when was your journey? When did it begin as an athlete?
Yeah, well, soccer itself, I've played it my whole life. So it's always been a part of me. And I always grew up looking at my older brothers, and one currently plays professional too. He plays in Iceland, so that kind of like paved the road for me to always play, and I just always liked it. And then I grew up in Miami for the most part, so there wasn't professional soccer team here. There wasn't mom and dad's base. So I grew up, just playing in the streets, and then joined the club and then academy, and then I did ODP at the time, and then just kind of went up the ranks, then went to college, and then college I did 3 years, and then I graduated early to go and just discover the more professional world of soccer, to be honest.
So that's great, man. So it's always been something that you've been doing as a kid, huh? It's been a hobby and became a career.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough because it wasn't really like a hobby per se, because for me it was always just what I did. It was my life. Playing the guitar, the piano, that was a hobby for me. But like soccer was 24/7. When I was little, I used to play my age group and the age group above, and the age group of my brothers, which was 2 age groups above. When I was really little, so it was like I had no filter to when to stop. I always just wanted to play. So I don't know. It kind of just came on as a thing I just
came
loved.
Natural to you, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So when did you know like you can take it to the professional level? You know what I'm saying? When did you know like, all right, I made it, I peaked in university, but now I can take it to like the highest level in soccer?
Yeah, so I always try to be like the best player I can be, anywhere I went. So I think that always pushed me to try to say, all right, so I was the best player I could be in academy.
Yeah.
Let's see how I can be in college. I went to college and I was like, all right, I made it to our region team. I did I got a lot of individual awards, and so I figured I got to my highest level college wise.
Yeah.
And I just, I think that's when I realized, I think I have what it takes to go higher, um, and so nothing. I spoke with a couple coaches, and we tried to do the MLF draft, but I didn't know that the coaches need to write in your name.
Yeah.
So I missed the draft and completely, and I went to a couple combines. I went one with you,
Yeah. We went
actually.
to the earthquakes one.
Yeah, the earthquakes. And that was fun. The earthquake ones was, but it kind of showed me that I didn't want to be in the US at the moment.
Yeah.
And because of how things are run here, it's a bit different. It's a bit weird. It's
Yeah.
about what school you go to only, not about how you are. And so I decided to go to Iceland. My brother was there in the moment already,
Yeah.
and I used this place to stay. And then
That's perfect.
when knocking on doors, really, I tried on third division teams, and I mean, some third division teams automatically said yeah, but then I said, okay, they said yeah, then I want to try a second division team, and if they said
Yeah.
yeah, then I want. And a Premier League team asked me to try out with them, and it happened to be my brother's team, and obviously at
Yeah.
the professional level, it's not as easy as just because your brother's there, you get to join the
Of
team.
course, it's a lot different, man.
Yeah, so a lot of people don't understand that. So I had to go through the whole trial. I had to go two
You have to go
weeks.
all
I
the way,
had
make
to,
it up to the top again.
yeah. So, but it went good. That whole trial part, and then I signed with that team, IBV. And that first year hit me a real reality check,
Yeah.
because I was always used to playing.
Of
I
course.
was always used to, I
Being the
mean,
star, being the 10.
yeah, I mean, man, as long as I can remember, I was on the field. It didn't matter what position. Like if you wanted to throw me right back, I would play right back with no
Yeah.
hurt
You
feelings or
were
anything.
always playing, though.
And then at this level, I wasn't playing. I and as much as I thought I was killing it in training, I wasn't playing. So,
Yeah. It's
but that's
tough.
where it started. Yeah, that's where it started. And then from
Yeah,
there,
so
I had my
that's
road.
crazy, man. I applaud you for that because it takes a lot of hard work and, these ups and downs, man, goes to my next question because you talk about a little on how, like, you weren't playing. So, like, was that, like, the biggest obstacle you've had as a player? What did you have any injuries as well growing up, or were there
Hmm.
other things that factors
Yeah,
that you know?
I mean, growing up, injuries I had a lot, man. Like
Yeah.
every summer, I had some injury. It actually became like a curse. I mean, like a funny curse. Well, not funny because I was out, but
Yeah.
um, I was always injured. I had a broken ankle, wrist, but it was because I was doing a lot of other stuff like skateboarding and stuff.
Yeah. Everything on the side.
Yeah, yeah, that didn't help. But at the professional level, my first injury actually happened recently, and it was different. It was tough for me because it was the first time that I was out for a while because of a
Yeah.
knee injury. I had a knee injury, and I missed from November until right now, a couple, and so
Tough,
that's been
man.
really tough. But I was lucky enough to get scouted by this team in Croatia, and I went there, played 2 games, and then the whole virus happened, so I had to come
Yeah.
here. But it wasn't my biggest obstacle. I mean, my biggest obstacle, I think, is my whole journey. Weirdly enough, like it's been a
Yeah.
big obstacle because I went to Iceland, and Iceland was amazing, but because I was with my brother, so it was a tough time. But I had someone
Yeah.
who could
Someone
really
there to
like
help you
help
out.
me. But then I went to Norway, and well, then I got loaned to another team in Iceland, and then I was alone. I didn't know
Yeah.
anybody. I was in a country I didn't know their language, anything, and
Had
it
to do
was
everything by yourself.
yeah, it was difficult, man. And for no one who's ever done it to join a team midway through, it's very difficult. And for
Yeah.
me, that's one of the biggest obstacles is joining a team midway through because I mean, everyone knows each other.
Yeah.
So it's
Everyone already's clicking. Everyone already has their players
yeah,
that they know
yeah,
and all that.
yeah, man, yeah, exactly. And like Jacob Curry said, sorry, he's one of my good friends, man. he says that I came back from each one, and I did. I mean, I try to always, jump back from it and try to really push forward and try to just see it as a way to, I don't know, I'm I always see it as everything happens for a reason, so
Yeah, I
I
like
think
that.
I think I took that into account, and I really realized that it's a moment thing, and if I let it dwell, then it can last forever. But if I
Yeah,
don't, I just get past it, then it could just be a moment thing, and then yeah, then I mean those help because then I went to Norway, and that was really tough. The toughest thing was believing agents for me,
yeah.
like believing someone to tell you like, hey, yeah, man, we have a team for you, and then I show up at that team, everything paid for, to go there and everything, and then I find out that they don't even need my position. And
A whole lot.
yeah, so then you're like, why am I here? When they flew you out, so like why am
Exactly.
I yeah, why am I here? If someone doesn't need me, And it turned out
Exactly.
because I that's when I figured out that a lot of clubs do favors for agents, and that's a big mistake, man.
Yeah.
So but yeah, like with dedication and focus, I had to stay in the game, man, and I ended up going to a really tough third division team, and that was really tough because it was late February, March, so the season was starting, and every team was full.
Everything
So
was already going on.
yeah, man, and that happened to me twice, 2 years running,
Dang,
2 years
man,
running.
that's crazy.
Yeah, what saved me, honestly, what saved me was the national team. I got called up from the national team. There was so many questions because why was I playing in the third division of Norway and stuff like
Yeah,
that. But they decided to fly me out for a combine, and then I did really well, and they liked me, and I just
that's
kind of
awesome.
yeah, I kind of
The
like lean
opportunity came, man.
yeah, I kind of leaned on that, and then I don't know, I kind of went from there, and then that helped me to get to Croatia,
Dang. No,
and
man.
and Croatia's a good level right now. Yeah.
That's crazy, man. A lot of players like yourself, man. I applaud you guys because, it takes a lot of hard work to keep going at it. People can, and athletes for sure, get down on themselves and quit. You know what I'm saying? But you made through it. You overcame that obstacle. You overcame all that you went through, going and being with your brother to ending up by yourself. On a team that's already going halfway through the season, which is
Yeah, man.
some that some players can look at and not end up doing well. You know what I'm saying? They can end up falling down and falling into the cracks and never coming
Yeah.
back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. A lot of people try to not even leave the US, even
Yeah.
if they have an opportunity, just because they don't feel at home or they're really cold, like they weren't exposed to that weather or they just don't understand the people and it's frustrating or you're away from home, you're away from your girlfriend, your family, everything. So it kind of it's a lot of it plays a lot with you, but
It
you
opens your mind a lot too to what's
yeah,
out there.
that's very true, man. And different styles of soccer and different styles of people,
Everything, man.
so
People, the community you're living in, all the everything that you're doing for the first time, pretty much in a different country. It's a
yeah.
whole new
Yeah.
lifestyle that people live.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I mean, it's weird. It's weirdly interesting because you have to have a character for it. It's not for everybody. It really
Yeah,
isn't. I mean, it's if it was for everybody, everybody would be doing it.
everybody would do it, man.
Yeah, man. And everyone that says, "Oh, I could have done it, but this and that," I always tell them, "But you didn't do it."
Yeah,
I mean, it sounds bad, but it's that simple, Like, again, it's not for everybody, and so I don't know. Hold up, I'm trying to put the camera to stay.
all good.
Yeah.
So what keeps you motivated, man, to keep going? I know you talk about your obstacles and how those two like play a part in your motivation and stuff, and pretty much keeps you high headed so that you can keep doing the hard work and become a better player. But what is it that really motivates you to become that player that you want to be on the field and off the field as well? So you can be looked at as that player that you want to be.
I mean, there's a lot of things that go into play, obviously, but I think the biggest thing is knowing I can do it. Sometimes I have to believe that it happens to everybody, but for me, sometimes I'm having a really tough time, and then there's a glimpse, whether it's
Yeah,
a game, whether it's a game that you score 2 goals, or you do really well, or you play against Argentina,
Yeah.
that show you like, damn, I can really do this, or I really like what I'm doing. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep
Yeah.
pushing through it. I'm gonna keep, hustling. I'm gonna keep doing what I like. And it's kind of having to remember to do it, to do you, like at the end of the day, everyone's gonna critique you anyways. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Everyone's gonna
I,
have something to say, good
yeah,
or bad.
yeah. I mean, either way, like you do it the way Edson wants it, then Juan comes and tells you that he wants it that way. So you just gotta do it your way, and
Yeah.
and
Keep
just
to yourself.
yeah, man. And I play other sports too, so sometimes kind of exercise, so I'm staying fit, but not
Yeah.
always have mentally soccer, because
Take your
sometimes
mind off it a little.
that's sometimes the toughest part. So I really like basketball. I'm short, so I don't really play it like competitively, but but it's fun. I really like basketball, and that uses for me, that teaches me certain stuff to help in soccer, like suicides and stuff like that you don't
Yeah.
think you're doing, but you're playing another sport, and it kind of takes away the pressure from soccer, because at the end of the day it's your job. So there's a lot of pressure that comes with it.
Yeah. That's great. No, that's important, man, to be able to take your mind off that and not have so much pressure on it just being soccer, 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 Have that time to be able to go out of your way and do something else that you like and all that type of stuff. So it's great.
Yeah,
Sometimes players really just pressure themselves and be like, hey, I just got to do this, and forget to have fun.
definitely, man,
So
definitely. It comes back to as a kid, man, when you used to play,
you
you
play
used to
for
just
fun.
eh, I mean, that's the motto that everyone says, but it's really true, man. At the end of the day, like, you, the stuff that really changes is not on the field. Like, obviously on the field you have to be more mature, where to pass the ball and where to do certain stuff. But what really changes is out the pitch. That's it.
Yeah.
Knowing, you can't go out the day before a game, or you can't drink throughout the week if you have
Being
an important
disciplined,
game.
man.
Exactly. You got to eat healthy. You got to, even during these times right now with the virus going on, you have to stay fit, because you don't know when the league's coming back.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you spoke a little about the Argentina playing against them. So, how was that, man? You got a picture of Messi defending him. What was it like, dude? That's crazy. I mean, I've seen him. I saw him play. I played against the Colombian national team, the second team, but it
Yeah.
wasn't. It wasn't the same like playing against Messi and all that. So, how was that like, man? That's crazy.
No, no, but Colombia's second team is still really
Oh,
a
they're
lot of a
awesome.
lot
That's
of
crazy.
levels.
Messi, the best player in the world. Nah, come on now.
Yeah, I mean, that was obviously by far my greatest experience in hand with the Gold Cup. But my greatest experience is obviously against Argentina and Messi, because he's the best player that I think is the best player of all time. So it was really interesting to be able to have to go up against that. I ran the whole time. I mean, I defended the whole game.
That's
But
awesome.
yeah, but I mean, the cool part was that it wasn't just him. It was a lot of
Oh
stars
yeah,
that we grew
all
up
stars,
looking at.
man. Everybody.
In that game, you had Agüero, Dybala, Lautaro Martinez, Lo Celso, Tamendi, so many, and I think that was incredible. Because it was to see a style of players that are at
Just
another level, man. I
yeah,
mean, but they're at another level because of the way they think, the way they're used to the ball moving so fast,
yeah,
and the way they just play, man. They're not listening to anyone telling them what to do. They know what to do. That's why they're there. And seeing Messi in his still at such a high level, and be able to be a part of that, seeing him score a goal that he does normally against Madrid, against the top teams in the world, that he
yeah,
cuts three players and scores, and then seeing him do that live, for me that was incredible. But
yeah, man. It's probably the one great experience, man. It's
yeah,
crazy.
man.
Experience you'll never forget.
How do I know if I can become a pro? Sorry, that caught my attention.
And a lot of people are commenting on that. If you want to answer
Yeah.
one of those questions, you can, man. Feel free. That's a good comment right there. I mean, spoke a little bit about it, but yeah, how do you know you can become a pro?
So Andre, what's up, man? Are you good? Yeah, I think, I mean, I don't think you know, like, I don't think it comes to you in the sense of, oh, hey, I think I can become pro. I don't know. I think it's just something that's it's within. You know if you have the level.
Yeah,
And at the end of the day, it's also about taking a chance. You know, it's about being able to say, I have the skill. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go for it.
yes,
You know,
sir.
uh, there's a team that wants to see me play. Let me go there and just try to do the best I can. And I think then you'll know if you can become pro. And also, like, people have to understand that if you're getting paid to do something, you're a pro, a certain level of pro, but you're a pro.
Yeah,
The second you're getting paid to do something, it becomes a job. You're getting paid for it. It's your job. So the people have to see that you have to put in the work to get paid more, and then so forth, to go to a
gotta
better
perform.
team,
Keep that
etc.
performance up.
Yeah, and it takes time, man. I mean, people have to realize just like getting a good body takes months, getting to a high level takes time. There's players that grow into it, but there's people like me that grew up with no professional teams nearby me.
Yeah,
So the closest team was Tampa, I think. So I mean,
so not too close.
yeah. So I mean, like you have to really push yourself and know like this is gonna take time. This is gonna take work. This is gonna take a lot of stuff, and you're
Yeah,
gonna get there eventually, but it takes time.
yeah, it takes discipline and
Yeah,
patience, man. A lot of players now want to make it there quick, quick, quick. But at the end of the day, like you said, it takes time. It takes a lot of hard work for you to make it to the top level. Going on to my next
yeah,
question too,
yeah,
man. Like, who do you give your success to? Like, who can you credit your success to?
yeah. I don't think I
Yeah,
can credit. I don't think I can really credit it to anybody because there's there's so many people that influence me in my life that
yeah,
that I'm not sure I can really say like this person really. If it wasn't for him, I would have. But definitely my family, man. In general, like hey, together my family because my brothers we've always been super high competitive, so that really helped me to not
yeah.
quit, to keep going. Obviously, my older brother, he's a huge
Already
deal.
playing there.
Yeah, man. My dad is a really competitive person. Always seeks the most of us, and always wants to push us. And so that kind of helped me
Yeah,
a lot too. And then obviously everybody along the way that helped me. Either they helped me physically, or maybe they helped me in a way that I don't want to be like them, and I want to be better, or stuff like that. So
yeah. It takes a lot of people behind you to keep going and focus and support you, man. You need that at the end of the day when you're down and stuff. Like you said, with your brother being there, I mean, whenever you had a bad moment, you had him to talk to. But even when
yeah,
you're
yeah, of
away,
course.
you had your family as well to be able to talk
Yeah,
to. And, they're one phone call away if you're ever, say, playing bad or you didn't play or whatnot, they're there
yeah,
for
yeah, of
you.
course. I mean, there's no excuse, man. I was in an 8 hour difference one time. So like it's very easy, nowadays, like you said, you pick up a phone and you just talk to them.
Yeah,
But wait, kind of going back on something, like I kind of wanted to see because people always think that it's just like you're either lucky or you're not, and bad luck happens to everybody. So you got to make your luck with the working hard and staying dedicated and sacrificing. You work hard. And also like you have to know that you're making that sacrifice. And I think my
exactly.
family, going back to my family, they were really helpful in that because they knew I really wanted that. So
Yeah.
they didn't make it complicated on me. Why aren't you coming down for vacation if you have stuff like that, or why aren't you coming when you need, I don't know, when you have stuff to do here. I don't know. They
Yeah.
they knew like, listen, he's working, he's doing his thing, and just gotta stay
Yeah, you want to make
motivated.
it to the highest level.
Yeah,
And it
definitely.
takes that, like you said, sacrifice. That's a big thing. Being able to sacrifice, like players who go out and stuff, like you said, being able to
Yeah,
sacrifice that during the week, you know, even before a game, what you do, it's all discipline on how to create something so that you can become that player that you want to be on the pitch at a high
yeah, yeah,
level and staying consistent. Because
Yeah.
sometimes that's what happens. You're not consistent enough, and can, a lot of things can happen and shift and not go your way, like you said.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny, but a lot of coaches, I've talked to many coaches, and they'll take a consistent player over an amazing, skillful player that does it every once in a while, you
Yeah.
know, may even cost you the game.
Yeah.
So, like, what would you rather take a player who is gonna give you a perfect long pass every time, or a player who might not get it there and then someone takes it, So I would say, yeah, that's really good, man. I would say practice to be consistent,
Yeah.
be consistent, and just keep at it, and consistency will keep you there, will take you there and keep you there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it
yeah,
goes out. It
definitely.
goes straight to my next question. Like, if you can talk to yourself as a young kid, all the kids that are trying to make it as a pro right now, like, what kind of advice would you tell them if you could, like, talk to yourself and be like, hey, Renato, you got to do this and that. But like, just like some advice that you would give yourself, to all the kids that are watching and trying to make it to the professional level. I mean, it's hard, like you said. You got a lot of challenges you got to face.
Yeah,
But what are the key points you can give
I
to
mean
those kids?
that's a tough question, man. If I had myself now, I don't know what I would say, but but I mean, I think it's be patient and know that you can't control everything.
Yeah.
So a lot of times we get stuck in, I don't know, you lose a final because a defender kicked it in and it's an own goal. You can't control that, you
Yeah.
know. So if you stay stuck in that and you get pissed, or if you stay stuck in the stuff you can't control, your life is gonna come really complicated to you, you know.
Yeah.
But if you stay with it and you really, realize, like, that's not on me, I'm getting better. I'm doing me. I'm
Yeah.
controlling me. If you control you, then you're gonna control the better your outcome. And that's an advice that was given to me that has stuck with me my whole life. So I mean, I would go with that, and also be patient. A lot of the times, young, like kids, we used to all do it. The biggest
Yeah.
thing you do, the
All the
biggest thing,
time.
yeah, I mean, the biggest thing you do is you go on YouTube and you put the best plays of Lionel Messi, the best plays of Cristiano, and you only see greatness. But if you watch a full game of those players, you'll see that they don't do that 90 minutes.
They make mistakes too, man. They miss
Exactly,
PKs. They miss penalties.
exactly,
Lionel Messi misses
exactly,
PKs.
exactly. And not only that, like, people have to realize that Neymar, the little flicks he doesn't do it when he's losing 2-1. He's consistent at 2-1. But when he's winning 4-0, then you'll have fun.
Yeah.
And I think kids don't realize that little difference, because you have to know when to be, all right, I'm gonna be really ballsy and creative here. When your team is down, then okay, let me be consistent, because they're so used to looking at the best plays, and they think that these players do this at a whole, like, the whole time, and they
Yeah.
don't. They're doing it little by little, and, like, not every there's games that Neymar doesn't do any tricks, but he scored a goal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I think that, and I
That
think, be like,
consistency.
yeah, be patient, be patient, be patient. Like, it's gonna get there. You don't need to have the iPhone 7 because Cristiano has it. Like, you have to have time, and, like, with time, like, those things will come. Like, you'll get a brand name, like, you'll get a sponsorship, you'll get stuff like that if you decide to play good. And
No,
I
of
mean,
course, man.
I think that's the biggest advice I would give them. Just
Uh,
kind of stick with it, but
yeah.
know know
Stick
that
with
know that
yourself.
it's a process. Know that it's a process, and know that it takes time. And you just gotta believe in yourself, but it takes time. It takes
Yeah.
time.
Never give up, man. I definitely could. You go
Yeah,
through a lot of situations where it's either good or bad, and at the end of the day, you got to stay up because if not, then it's gonna take a toll in your play, and you're also gonna not want to become that player, because someone said
yeah,
no. At the
man.
end of the day, someone told you no. It should
Yeah,
give you even more of a push and be like, all right, you're telling me no. Well, I'm gonna show
yeah.
you that I can, and make it to that level where I want to be.
I mean, it's tough, man. There's a lot of times I myself have said, I don't want to do this.
Yeah,
Like, this is tough, man. I don't want to do this. I'm away from home for what? I'm losing. There was a year that I was losing, but I couldn't control it. Like, it wasn't my fault that we were losing. You know what I'm saying? Like I was doing really good. I was doing good plays, but we were losing. So in my head, I'm like shit, I don't want to do this, you know?
Yeah,
But then something has to tell you like relax, you know? You can't control that. Control you, keep going, and you'll get to a better team. You eventually you'll get to a better team, you'll get to a better coach, and so forth. You know, it sucks. Sometimes you're stuck with a coach you don't like,
yeah.
but you gotta
And it
stick with it.
prepares you though too, right? You end up being mentally strong, and like you said, once you get to that next team, then boom, now you know how to do
Yeah,
certain
man.
things, and since you're mentally strong as well, it helps you out, and it goes
Yeah.
hand in hand, you know.
I mean, these players like from the Argentina national team that I'm talking about, but even like from the Bolivia national team, Costa Rica when we play them, all
Yeah,
these players had something very interestingly in common, which is they don't dwell on mistakes. They make a bad pass.
on
They're
to the
asking,
next one.
yeah, they're asking for the ball again, like if that never happened. So you're like, okay, that's interesting, you know, because they made a mistake, but in their head it's like it never happened.
Nothing.
And then they'll do the same pass, but then hit the player, and you're like, wow, okay. And it comes like that, really. Like you just have to realize, like I have it, I have what it takes to do that. You know, they're
Yeah,
just as human as we are,
yeah.
and
Everyone, like you said, makes mistakes, and at the end of the day, it's what you do after that. What makes you a different player, you know.
yeah. Someone just asked me, Kevin Sanchez. Hey Renato Green from Nicaragua, why not try playing Salvador Soccer League or Nicaragua Soccer? I'm gonna answer this question real quick because I've gotten asked this a lot, and honestly, um, right now I'm exploring Europe, and I think as a whole we can agree that Europe has better leagues, better level of soccer, and I think my goal is to be the best player I can be,
Of
and
course, yeah,
right now I'm exploring that side of life, you know, Europe, and I like that lifestyle and stuff. I love Central America. I love Nicaragua. I love El Salvador.
of
Like
course.
I love them with everything. But right now at the moment, I don't see myself playing there, and I think to get to where I want to get to, I don't think that's my
That's the
path.
path you want to take.
Yeah, if later on in life I see myself there, yeah, maybe, you know, playing there and living in those countries. There's great players in those leagues.
Oh,
Like,
everywhere, exactly.
yeah, there's some amazing players in the El Salvador and Nicaragua leagues. But for me, it's not where I want to be at the moment. So
Yeah,
that's my answer to him,
yeah, that's
to
great, man.
Kevin. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate the time you took to be with us, and glad you're able to make it to the hashtag Let's Kick It series, and glad you're be able to be part of these episodes, man. I appreciate you, and I thank you for that.
Yeah, man, of course. There's no problem. I mean, for me, it's I love talking about this stuff, but because I don't think a lot of people realize it's
Yeah.
hard. You know,
Oh no,
I
definitely.
don't think a lot of people realize that it's also not for everybody. I've seen really good players have to come to decision to say, I'm not doing this anymore,
Yeah.
you know, because of XXX reason, you know, and stuff like that. So I don't know. There's so many things. Who's your favorite coach of all time? Chris Rich. He was my coach, amazing coach. How do you feel about having a woman as a head coach? That happened to me actually. I had a
Huh.
woman as a head coach,
How was
and
that?
that story was interesting, but because it was a team that was struggling in the third division of Norway, and we ended up our head coach ended up having like a heart problem or like a health problem, and it was so last minute that there was no coach available, and we had no coach for about a whole month.
Dang.
That's 5 games, or maybe even 2 months almost. That's a lot of games, you know, and those games was really tough. But the coach that came in, Julie, she was the head coach. She was super good, man, and it was different for me. You know, my whole life I
Of
had a
course,
male
yeah,
head
males.
coach. You know, yeah, but when you get a coach that knows her craft, his or her craft, well, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? And when you realize, like, damn, they played here, they did this,
Yeah,
this shows you that you can take from anybody, from women, from kids. You can learn from kids. in that team, I had players that were younger than me that I learned from them. You know what I mean? And she also taught me that, like, like it's okay. You know, she taught me I can't control certain things and so forth. And for me, it was interesting. For me, honestly, I would have loved to have her from the beginning.
Yeah, that's
From the
awesome, man.
beginning.
That's a different perspective because not, like you said, not a lot of players have that. And it's great to see though that you actually realize that at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who your coach is, male or female. And the
I mean,
importance of it
at the end
is
of
what
the
they
end of the
know,
day, it's
you
your
know?
boss. Yeah, and at the end of the day, it's your boss.
Oh, of
Like
course, yeah.
you're working. At the
Yeah,
end of the day, you're working. So whoever they put, you got to listen to. But
exactly.
either way, she made it easy because she knew what she was saying, and when I knew she knew what she was saying, I was like, I'm gonna trust this person. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And with her, we started winning games. That if we would have had her from the beginning, we would have won many games. So it's a lot of stuff that I kind of saw, and again, it was tough. Don't get me wrong, but it was interesting, and women, I think, also have a little bit of more of a bite. They want to prove, you know. So wanting to prove, I think they I say they, but like I'm just using her as an example. She had a lot to prove. Like I can take ahead a professional team and really a male professional team and really strive, to do
yeah.
something about it. And so that's not easy, man, and I applaud her for that. It's hard.
Last question here says, I mean, we answered it a little bit, but how can you stay motivated, not give up on yourself, quitting?
Really.
From Chris.
I mean, I think motivation comes from all around. Obviously, like I said, you have to. There's days that you wake up and you don't feel like even doing anything. You know,
Yeah,
but though I think those are the days that really define how much work you're really putting in. Because I think it's a better feeling when you wake up and you don't feel like doing anything, but you get to it. You end up working out. That after your workout, you feel amazing. You're like,
yeah,
wow, I'm having the best day of my life. And your body kind of takes that in, and I think little by little, when you start seeing little accomplishments, that has to motivate you.
exactly.
And you have to realize that at the professional level, no one is babying you. No one's gonna say, "Come on, Renato, you can do this."
Yeah.
Like you
It
you
has
gotta
to be
push.
from you, man. It has to be
Yeah, man.
comes inside you to bring that out so you can become that player.
Yeah, 100%. You gotta push yourself and really realize that it's just you out there. And
Yeah,
you have to really grab yourself and say, I want to be the best player I want to be. And you gotta look around. You gotta be brutally honest with yourself. Damn, I'm playing in this level. I know I'm more than that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And so forth. And I mean, I think that's the way I stay motivated, really. And
No,
like I
that's
said,
great.
my family is big on helping me stay motivated. So that's the big one. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, though, man. And my plan.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Like I said before, I thank you for being able to be in our episodes for the hashtag Let's Kick It series, and I hope nothing but the best for you, man. Keep safe, stay healthy, stay fit. Like you said, once this quarantine ends, hopefully we
Yeah.
can see each other again, man. But I appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, all the best, bro. Honestly, I
All right,
really
bro.
like what you're doing, and I really hope that kids take advantage and really hear out the fact that everyone is in the same boat. It doesn't matter
Yeah,
where you're from, what
exactly.
you're doing. So yeah, man. I really wish you the best of luck with that, and to everybody out there that's struggling right now, we're all on the same page. So
Yeah.
just keep going, stay motivated. So yeah,
All right,
man.
brother. Have a good one, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate you
Salud.
too, bro. Saludos, man.
For those who joined, I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Next week, we're going to have the same thing. We're going to have another athlete with us. Let us know about their careers and how they made it so far.